Can you take us through, like last week, that scene on the practice field, what that was like for you to go through it?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely something scary. I mean, really, the best thing that happened was, I only had very little damage to my ankle, and then I'm really just happy to be back out here on the football field. Like I said, it was very scary. The medical staff did a great job of making sure that I'm recovering, and I'm in there daily, making sure that I'm doing my treatments, and make sure that I'm doing everything I can to come back 100% healthy.
When you first went down, did you get an initial diagnosis of like, we're worried it's this? Because usually, like when carted off the air cast, I mean, it's very seldom is that just a low ankle issue.
Yeah. It was definitely something scary. So like the doctors did, took precautionary actions. So I didn't know what was wrong. They didn't like directly know what was wrong, so they kind of just did what they thought was right, in the moment.
At what point did you get that relief to find it wasn't anything?
A little bit later that day, actually. We did end up going to the hospital. They checked out my foot and everything, and actually a little bit later that day, it was like feeling way better than what it was earlier. Because when it initially happened, it was, like I said, very scary. And then I think that, kind of in my head, I didn't know what was going on because they put the, air cast on, so I didn't know if it was broken or not. So a lot of stuff that was going on, it was definitely scary, but a little bit later that day, I was feeling way better.
So they put you on the cart. I mean, most guys don't, I don't want to say live, but most guys don't figuratively live to tell about that and say it was a
you're not lying about that one.
So what's in your head as you're on the cart going back in here? I mean, are you running through things a mile a minute of what you just lost at this point?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, we're all human. When things happen, you definitely have thoughts in your head. I'm trying to be faithful and trying to be, positive in the moment. But it was definitely hard just because of I didn't know, what was wrong. I didn't know what happened, and everything kind of happened really fast. So when things like that happen, you do start, thoughts start creeping in, and you start thinking, the season's over, or you're not gonna play this year or whatever. I have high hopes for my rookie season, so at that moment, I'm thinking all that kind of went down the drain. So I thank God that I was able to come back, and be able to play again.
And you were back here, what, an hour, 2 hours back in meetings?
Yeah, I mean, we was after everything at the hospital. Yeah, we was back in meetings fairly quick. It was really just because I didn't want to miss meetings. Right. I didn't want to miss any information that was going in.
Did the guys, when you walked in, saw you come in? What was that reaction like?
Yeah, they was pretty hyped for me. They was pretty hyped for me when I was coming in. A lot of the folks around the building start calling me Paul Pierce, so. They said I pulled a Paul Pierce, but it's all good. I know this is very genuine love around the building, and I'm happy to be here for real.
How do you feel after you back out there, feeling like good?
I feel good. I feel really good. Today was kind of like a test, just to see how good I was. I didn't get really many reps, but they wanted to see me move, wanted to see how well I was moving, and me personally, I think I did fairly well.
When you were down on the ground, was something going through your mind that had never gone through your mind before?
Yeah, because I've never been seriously injured. I've never had any surgeries, thank God. But at that moment, everything, like you said, everything was going through my head just from, not playing, from, missing out on opportunities, stuff like that. Because as a football player and as a playmaker, you want to be on the football field. You want to, have the opportunities to make plays for the team and put the team in a better position. So, for that to happen, definitely things definitely did go through my head.
Do you remember the moment they told you it's not as bad as you thought or they thought or anything like?
I mean, not necessarily.
Okay.
I kind of understood, what the doctors was doing and how they, took precautionary actions and stuff like that. But at that moment, I don't really remember, what else was going on.
Tyrone, before you got hurt, it seemed like you were really doing well, especially in short yardage situations. How do you feel like you've been playing, and why have you been so effective running inside so far?
I mean, just instincts. Our coach JT, he does a great job of making sure that we're very detailed in the running back room, making sure that we're on our landmarks, making sure our eyes look at the right thing. So then, after you get the ball and hit your landmarks, it's really just being a football player, reaction time, making sure, you're reacting to what you're seeing and not just making stuff up. So I think that I do, a fairly well job of just making sure that, I'm seeing the right things and acting accordingly.
Was it encouraging to put that into game action against the Lions?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that was my first real live, action. So for me to get out there and, see some type of production, coming out of my work that I've been doing off the field, in practices, it definitely adds to my confidence for sure.
You hoping that you're going to get some team stuff
Can you say
tomorrow?
that again, please?
Are you hoping that you're going to get some team reps tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure, what's going to happen, whatever the coaching staff puts me in, whatever play they put me in, I'm going to do everything to the best of my ability.